The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People Based Upon a Real-Life Relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest novel by well-known award-winning author Mia Mosinzia of No Time for Love called Missing, an extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events that go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion, and the ones you love will be the first to go missing. Check out the book on Amazon and other retailers, available on all formats today. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com and on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Amazon, Audible, and more. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Take The Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a terrific gentleman who's been doing a podcast for 10 plus years now, which is called The Anything Show. He is a well-known on-air personality of the wonderful Blowtorch of Northeast Vermont and Northwest New Hampshire on Magic 97.7 FM, playing the hits and all the great stuff. And he's been in business for 10 years, talks pop culture, entertainment, life experiences, a lot of good conversation, comedy, and a lot more. And also an interesting story on how he got to be a radio personality, just like most people, a very unique story. And he has also got a buddy of our co-host with him, live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful New England. And yeah, we have a great time up there. Ladies and gentlemen, the host of the Anything Goes, the Anything Show, Jon Francois. Here he is, the man himself, Jon Francois. John, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Mike. And me and my dog, Buddy, were both excited to be on the show with you. Buddy, of course, he's looking at my Thanksgiving leftovers to my left. That's the only reason why he can tolerate sitting on this chair for a little bit. But, hey, to his disappointment, he's not going to get some because these are my Thanksgiving leftovers.
I see. Or at least give him a little nibble or something to keep him occupied and maybe give us a little info about Buddy. And Buddy, hey, you gotta sit, you gotta stay, be good, be good. Okay, can Buddy hear me? Buddy, can you hear us?
He can hear you, but he can't. He doesn't do well with seeing on the phone. He doesn't know how to look into a phone and interact on a podcast. But we're gonna teach that.
Here we go. Look at the phone. Look at the phone, will you? Look at the phone.
Buddy. Look at the phone, buddy.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. From human food.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Give them a little treat here and there and everything else. And of course, you've been on-air personality at Magic 97.7 FM of the Magic Blowtorch of Northeast Vermont and Northwest New Hampshire. You've been doing it for 10 years. You're also the popular podcast host of The Anything Show at Jon Francois. And you talk a lot of things. You have over 300 episodes, 3,000 listeners since its inception in June. And you've been in business for quite a long time. Got some great stories to share. And before we get into all that, tell us how you first got started.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
I said, tell us how you first got started.
Oh, first got started in radio. Well, radio became a sort of a happy accident for me. For as long as I can remember, going back to when I was a little kid, I've always been interested in show business. And I remember I would do a lot of pretend TV shows and movies in my bedroom. I'd pretend to be a game show host by having like a toy recorder, one of those toy flutes that I'd pretend, it was a microphone. And I'd have stuffed animals as my contestants and also my characters within my own fictional world. So for a while, I kind of carried that interest over into theatrical acting in high school and college. I actually wanted to be a professional actor at first. The art form is very emotionally intense and very financially unstable. So I just a backup passion of mine, which is broadcasting. While I was an acting major in my freshman year of college, I stumbled upon an internet radio station, and I thought, oh, wouldn't it be fun to just kind of have fun there late on a Friday night, do a 4-hour show, talk about whatever I want to talk about, play whatever music. And that was 10 and a half years ago that I first got into radio.
Wow. That's amazing. Amazing. And what was that one moment that precisely influenced you to get into broadcasting? Was it one moment that says, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life and what you're doing today? It was probably that very moment, the moment where I realized I could just turn on a mic at this little internet radio station in Philadelphia, and I could broadcast to God knows how many people about whatever. It could be, the news and entertainment of the day. It could be, me talking about how much I loved my bag of Tostitos chips the other day in my room. Just any natural human conversation. The fact that you can just broadcast that to thousands, maybe millions of people, that's what made me say, wow, this radio thing, I kind of want to try it out. So, along the way, I did more college radio, and I got into a mentorship program in New York City, obviously the #1 radio market. That led to my first part-time job in Connecticut. And I, did some full-time radio work in Iowa. And eventually got here to Vermont, and really, my time with Magic 97.7 in Vermont allowed me to branch out and really reinvigorate the Anything Show, because the Anything Show, as you know it, on its where you can find it on current podcast platforms and community radio stations. It actually started as, a little college radio thing that I put together. And then, over the years, I've kind of reincarnated. I've gotten it through various reincarnations. And now today it's an actual professional pop culture concise talk show that has attracted sponsors, attracted, a few hundred listeners a week. And I could not be more proud of it. So, I just credit that with just having a, passion for the content that I do, and just being consistent and driven enough to make it succeed every week. Mm-hmm. That is very fantastic. You say over 300 guests, and who are some of the guests that you had on?
Oh God, over 300 guests. Wow, that's a lot of guests that I've had on. Well, for the Anything Show in particular, definitely many guests. I would say one guest that has come to mind I remember having a motivational speaker named Abdul, who really made a big splash about following your dreams, always saying yes. And I remember him coming on the 10th anniversary of the September 11th attacks. And I think the timing of him coming on and, conveying this sense of optimism, this sense of hope during a time when we were remembering probably the darkest period in American history, it was really memorable to me. I mean, especially since I was in college and all I wanted to see was an optimistic world ahead of me when I graduated. So I'd probably say that was a very memorable guest experience for me on my show.
Mm-hmm. And who'd you say you have had like the most interesting, the most hilarious, or maybe some that were like, maybe a bit embarrassing, or some that you're like, oh, do I have to really listen? Or what are some of the other ones you thought that stand out, or maybe some of your, or more funnier moments that you had? Maybe like, another dog walking in, or a cat just jumping in front of a guest microphone, or maybe a kid was like, mommy, I need this, something like that on the show.
Well, when the Anything Show was started back when I was in college, the great thing about it was, I did it on the campus of Eastern Connecticut State University, my alma mater, and there was this clear glass window where people could actually look into the radio station. And what I would do often as a stunt on my show is have sort of like a passerby temptation segment where I would tempt people to come in and just spontaneously be a guest on my show by giving them free food from my dorm room. So, yeah,
you're making me hungry, Ray, John. You're making me hungry.
Yeah, so anything from applesauce to ramen noodles. So I had everybody on. I remember having a stand-up comedian named Adam who was doing some stand-up on the college campus circuit, and he was just kind of walking around campus late at night and just knocking on the window, wanted to come in. I bribed him with some Swiss rolls and some applesauce, and we talked about everything from stand-up comedy to life. And obviously being in college, I was a red-blooded straight male. So whenever a very attractive woman walked by who smelled nice, I was tempted to, have her come in and we chat on the air and maybe flirt, here and there. So, it's been a long ride going from those, very raw college radio days where I was just kind of going by the seat of my pants, whatever you want to call it, to nowadays where the show is more of a concise morning radio style factory machine. Me and my co-host Mary. I have a co-host now. Actually, that's the big thing that's changed.
Oh, really? You got a co-host? I thought you had your buddy with you. It's like, have you become a threesome, or did you replace with a twosome? It's a twosome. Or which one is it?
Well, my wonderful dog Buddy, who I've had for the past couple of years, he sits in. He unfortunately he cannot talk, so he sits in the background while I do my show. My human co-host Mary, her and I. We run through amusing trending headlines. We run through the viral videos of the week. We have Hollywood gossip that we talk about. As a matter of fact, in our recent episode, which aired, I believe, the Saturday before Thanksgiving, we were talking about embarrassing Thanksgiving Google searches. Yeah, did you know, Mike, that the top embarrassing Google search for Thanksgiving in the state of California was racist grandma? Racist grandma.
Racist grandma. I thought was how to burn a turkey. I thought that was one of them. Boy, it could have been Thanksgiving a whole new level. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and which in the state of Tennessee, the top embarrassing Thanksgiving Google search was, "Can you cook a turkey in the microwave?" Can you? I would.
I just thought of another one, that a story I read over Thanksgiving weekend on KFYR Radio in Bismarck, North Dakota in the morning, that a guy actually started like a fire, maybe like set a few houses on fire because he was deep frying a turkey and he just walked away and it started splattering. It started like grease and it just caught wildfire like crazy.
Wow.
Like, oh my gosh. It's like, Don't you realize you have to watch a deep frying turkey every single time? That's why you now have air fryers these days. So it's like deep frying turkey, you can forget it.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, knowing me, I would look for the easiest way possible. If there's a way that I could fit a turkey into a toaster and cook it in 2 minutes, then that would be my dream. But last we have to make the effort and put it in the oven.
Hey, you know something too? It's like maybe Buddy knows how to cook a turkey, but here, Buddy, you want a treat? Here, you want a treat? Come here. You can talk. Here, want a treat? I'll give you a magic pill like underdog. Here you go. Woof, woof, woof. Here you go. Here, watch me. I'll take it.
Wow. Did you actually eat a dog treat? What is that? Is that a lemon fruit snack? What did you eat there, Mike?
Ancient Chinese secret.
Wow.
It's bacon flavored.
Okay. Well, Buddy is immediately jealous now. I don't know if I don't even know if he wants to be your friend anymore.
Well, you know what? I have a dog named Molly that loves to come up and get attention. But the thing is, every time she sees something on the floor, she'll eat it. And maybe one day I'll have her on the show, and then when I have you on the show, we'll get the two together so we can do a Zoom dog chat or something, so we can try something new there. So
yeah, and who knows? Maybe Buddy will fall in love with Molly, and we'll have a wedding soon.
There you go. So we'll have to meet halfway somewhere. and we'll talk more about the interesting career of Jon Francois of the Anything Show with Jon Francois in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest novel by well-known award-winning author Mia Motion Z of No Time for Love, called Missing, an extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events that go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and the ones you love will be the first to go missing. Check out the book on Amazon and other retailers, available on all formats today. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com and on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with the host of The Anything Show, Jon Francois, here on The Mike Wagner Show. Also a number 1 nighttime personality in Northeast Vermont and Northwest New Hampshire on Magic 97.7 FM, the blowtorch of New England, and going back to a little bit more to your career as well too. And who are some of your favorite radio personalities growing up, and who are some of your favorite actors and singers growing up as well?
Wow. Well, in terms of radio personalities, Elvis Duran is the number 1 for me. I have been listening to him for the last, I'd say, 4 or 5 years. And what I love about him is that he can be a great mixture of quirky and fun that you want to hear in your morning radio show. And he's also kind. I think there's this misconception that to be a standout in entertaining radio, you have to be a jerk. And Elvis Duran disproves that every single day. So when from the moment I first listened to him, I fell in love, because it really taught me that it's possible to be fun and informative and also just a kind human being on the radio. So Elvis Duran is an influence. Of course, Howard Stern. I love Howard Stern because he's broken a lot of ground for this industry, taken a lot of risks. That's probably the 2 big titans for me in radio. And even other personalities that I may not, agree with necessarily in terms of their politics, like Rush Limbaugh. Even if I don't agree, I still admire the brand, the personality, the fact that you've crafted an identity for yourself on the radio. So there's that. In terms of, Hollywood actors and singers, Denzel Washington is a favorite actor of mine. He just has a suave confidence anytime he approaches the camera that I just find very infectious. And in fact, when I did want to be a professional actor, I kind of modeled myself after, wanting to be like the next Denzel. So he's certainly been a great influence for me. And in terms of singers, I would say singers like Lorde. I mean, Lorde doesn't have any new stuff out right now, but singers like Lorde and Billie Eilish appeal to me because they have such a quirk, a uniqueness, an eclecticness to their personality that really makes their singing talent all the more sexy. So I hope that answered your question, Mike. Those are some.
I think those are amazing as well too. And what are some of your favorite movies that you enjoyed watching growing up?
Oh God. Well, Remember the Titans with Denzel Washington. I could watch that over and over again. Other movies. The Parent Trap. The Parent Trap, not the one from the 60s, but the 90s remake with Lindsay Lohan where she plays a set of twins. God, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there are some other movies, but those are just some of the movies I can think of that I grew up watching and that I really enjoyed. Of course, Disney. I mean, I think back at my parents' home in Connecticut, there's still VHS tapes of Disney classics.
Oh, yeah, we got plenty of those. I have to dig it out one day when VHS becomes the in thing again, just like vinyl. It's like vinyl was out for a long time and everybody got tired of CDs and vinyl's making a comeback. So maybe VHS will come back one day. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe I'll actually be able to use my VHS tapes of Pocahontas, Cinderella, The Lion King, and et cetera. So yeah, certainly those Disney movies I enjoyed watching growing up. So yeah, those are some things I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm. And also too, what does Buddy like to watch? I know you got a good buddy there. What does he like to watch?
Man. Fortunately, we haven't gotten Buddy to be the dog that likes to watch TV. Like there are those dogs that can stare at a TV all day and just be entertained. And then you have Buddy here who likes to show you his behind right now. He is staring out the window or staring at CDs. He just kind of likes to wander. Anytime that I'm, leaving the house and I want to do something socially, I'll leave the TV on because, I feel like that will lessen Buddy's separation anxiety. But he often just ignores the sound and the visuals from the TV and just ends up going through my roommate's trash can. So yeah. But he's an interesting fellow. I mean, I don't know. Do you think I can get him to watch TV, Mike?
Well, I think you can one day when we're done. And, we have it on the Mike Wagner Show on video. And of course, I have your show one day on video as well too. Maybe watch a little bit of Howard Stern or whatever, and maybe start him off with Lassie. It's like that was probably the first animal show I really got attracted to back in the day. It's like encouraging dogs to be kind, helpful, best friend, rescue, and everything, and maybe get them to watch Lassie or like Rin Tin Tin back in the 30s and 40s. I mean, do a way back.
Wow, or even Wishbone. Are you familiar with the Wishbone books and the TV show?
Oh, I remember that. My kids were watching PBS along with the typical Saturday morning cartoons. I remember Saturday morning cartoons back in my day. It's just like you still got up. You didn't have to go to school. You still in your PJs. You went downstairs, get a bowl of cereal, pour some milk, and you watch Saturday morning cartoons from 6 until your folks tell you, okay, it's time to do this, time to do that. We're going somewhere to tell you to shut it off. And I can remember some classics. I still remember being in pajamas and just eating Frosted Flakes. That was my big thing on Saturday mornings.
Yeah. And you know what? Growing up in the early 90s, I was born in the tail end of that old era where, you had like only 3 or 4 channels that gave you the cartoons that you want. And you had to wait once a week to watch those cartoons. So like you, I remember Saturday mornings, waking up, eating sugary cereal, watching everything from Scooby-Doo, the Flintstones, Pokemon, Digimon, just all these. Yeah. And now we have like a billion ways to watch cartoons, streaming services, cable channels. It's changed.
Mm-hmm. And you can still pull out the old VHS and watch cartoons.
Yeah. Oh God. If only we had a VCR. That's the problem, Mike, is that we have VHS tapes, but we don't have our VCR anymore.
And of course, just like the cassette tape as well, too. It's like cassettes are making a comeback, and we have those old AM/FM boom boxes, and remember those ones with the big speakers and everything. And then you try to find a retro one. It's like, when they're starting to go on the downhill, find one for like $20-$30 at a Best Buy, and now you try to get a retro or so-called, they cost $200. It's like, don't you wish you kept those things? It makes you wonder.
Right. Right. I wonder what's the value of bringing those things back? Do you know? Do you know why vinyl and cassette tapes and all those antiquated things are making a comeback?
It's because of the richness of vinyl, and when you put down the needle, it has that crackle to it, and it's also been making a comeback, like with the old classic movies and whatever else. And my folks got me a turntable 3 years ago, and I play albums on it from time to time, or I'll bring them up just for fun. And my daughter got me Queen and Ninth the Opera, which had Bohemian Rhapsody, and I thought, holy cow, you got me started again on buying some vinyl.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you seen the Bohemian Rhapsody biopic movie? That was fantastic. I saw that.
Oh my goodness, that was just totally mind blowing. I gotta say that the guy who played Freddie Mercury just put on a clinic and how to be Freddie Mercury and how the songs came about. And I have to say this, honestly, I was expecting more of a concert movie where it's like Pink Floyd, The Wall, Prince. You just insert concert footage and whatever else. But, they did clips of Live Aid and a few others. And I thought I was expecting more of a concert movie, but I was like, I got more I expected. It was just amazing. I say that.
I got to agree. And the actor Rami Malek, who played Freddie Mercury in the movie, he, I believe, won the best actor Oscar that year for his performance as Freddie Mercury. And it was well-deserved.
Mm-hmm. And also, too, like, with your podcast as well, too, who are some singers that you had on the show, or even like more famous celebs that you had? So maybe you can just tell us about some of the famous guests you had on the show.
Oh, sure. God. Man, oh yeah, you put me on the spot here. I have had singers. Recently I had Stephen Wesley. Well, we actually reran a show for Thanksgiving weekend featuring Stephen Wesley, who is a country turned pop singer songwriter.
Wow.
It had a very interesting story. He used to do time in prison, and then he got his life around. And before you know it, he was working with big names like T-Pain, the rapper. So I would say Stephen Wesley was definitely a memorable guest of mine, because to have that rag to riches story that he crafted, and to have songs that are like number 40 something on the media-based pop charts, and again to work with artists like T-Pain and one of the members of Guns N' Roses. He has a really fascinating story. So if you guys want to check that recent episode out, it's on The Anything Show with Jon Francois, wherever you find your podcasts: Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google. We showed a rerun of that recent episode on those platforms, and you can check out my conversation with Stephen Wesley on there. So.
Okay, and then do you have a certain time when people can tune into your show, or can they just go to your website, or simply go to, say, Apple or Spotify and listen to your show? Do you have a certain time you can? They can. Well,
yeah. So the great thing is that along with podcasting platforms, we're on a few community radio stations around the country, and we are live at one of our stations in Burlington, Vermont, 105.9 FM, The Radiator. You can usually catch us live Saturday afternoons, 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And usually by the following Sunday, we'll have the episode posted up on all the major podcasting platforms. And you can follow us on Facebook at The Anything Show. We're also on Instagram at Anything Show Francois, Anything Show FRANCOIS. And we keep you posted there. I always let you know when the show is going to air, and also I'll post some videos of a kid struggling to blow out a birthday cake, like that. Anything from viral videos to keeping you updated on the show, to my co-host Main Squeeze Mary showing off her pet reptiles. We have everything on our social media.
Holy cow, you guys have a zoo there. And how did you manage to get a pet reptile? And also, I forgot to ask you about the story of how you first got Buddy. And if you guys have other pets, feel free to talk as well, too. I mean, I'm a pet lover myself. I had a cat that just jumped in front of me and just rubbing my face when I was doing Facebook Live. And, got the most comments and the most likes. Well, it was the cat. So I simply discovered that Buddy jumps in, a cat walks through, or somebody walks through your door right now. That just makes great stuff. I can say that. So
yeah, absolutely. So my co-host Main Squeeze Mary, she has 2 dogs, Jasmine and Pokey. In addition to that, she has a couple of reptiles that she got at a Reptile Expo that we both went to a couple of years ago. One of them is a very multicolored frog. Literally, you just give it like a spoonful of its food, and it's good for like a week, and it just kind of stares from its cage. So it's really fascinating. The story of how I got Buddy. So when I used to do radio in Iowa, I was on my way out. I was coming to take the new job here at Magic 97.7 in Vermont, and I had a ferret at the time that just passed away. Oh. So I know, yeah. So I was looking for a companion to assist me on my journey to Vermont from Iowa, and a coworker of mine in Iowa at the time, she had one extra dog in her house that she wanted to let go because she just could not take the sound of two boy dogs going at it every day, in the house. I tried out Buddy for a weekend, and the way he behaves around other dogs is totally different from the way he behaves with just humans. With just humans, he's the most mellow, well-behaved, sweet dog you could ever imagine. The first weekend I had him, it was like we had already been together for a few years. So I guess you could call it love at first sight. I decided, yes, I was going to take him to Vermont. And hence we took the, 25, 30-hour trip together from Iowa to Vermont. And that was summer of 2018. So,
oh my goodness! So where in Iowa was this? Was it in Des Moines or Burlington, Dubuque, or where was this in Iowa?
So it's a town you probably never heard of. It's a town called Decorah. From Des Moines, it's 3 hours. From Minneapolis, it's 3 hours. Basically, from all the major cities, Decorah is 3 hours away. But I loved it. It was a very Norwegian, progressive, welcoming, quirky, interesting community. I did radio there. I did community theater there, to get back to my love of acting. I met so many kind, wonderful, open-minded people there. And I spent a year and a half working for what was then an adult album alternative music station called KDEC-FM. And it was a family-owned outlet. And, since then, the station has been sold to other owners and has been changed. But when I was there, it was a really fruitful time in my career because I just got to really find out the real meaning of the word community when I lived down there.
Mm-hmm. And that's amazing too. And we'll talk about what's coming up for you, Jon, in 2021. We'll find out just a minute, but first listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest novel by well-known award-winning author Mia Motion Zia of No Time for Love, called Missing, an extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events that go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion, and the ones you love will be the first to go missing. Check out the book on Amazon and other retailers, available on all formats today. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com and on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Amazon Audible, and coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. And also heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with the host of The Anything Show, Jon Francois, here on The Mike Wagner Show, and the most popular host on Magic 97.7 FM in the New England blowtorch of Northeast Vermont and Northwest New Hampshire. And just a few more things here. Would love to be back on in 2021 and beyond. And what are your upcoming plans with the podcast and more for you? What can we expect from you?
Well, I'm happy to say that more sponsorships are happening for the Anything Show. I mean, I'd like to, thank all the sponsors that I've hopped on so far. Everyone from Liquid Death Mountain Water to Shape. Yeah, I know, right?
liquid death. That is a great idea. I think I'll have here.
Oh, yeah.
Liquid death. Drink some liquid death. Or is this liquid death?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Their tagline is they're going to murder your thirst, Mike. They're going to murder your thirst.
Oh, murder my thirst. Boy, that's a way to end 2020. Murder your thirst.
Yeah. So we're definitely doing great with the sponsors. We have a lifestyle development app called Shape and Foster that signed on to support the Anything Show. So I appreciate that. We also have some fellow podcasters that have signed on, like the Not So Scientific Method podcast, the Mermaid and the Lion podcast, which is a very interesting romantic audio drama. Mature content, but yet, just a very fascinating, well-written drama. So that's what's in store for the Anything Show in 2021. Aside from that, it's just going to be more quirky morning radio nonsense fun with me and my co-host Main Squeeze Mary. We're just gonna, we're gonna keep on talking the talk. Everything from like I said, embarrassing Google searches to cringy pickup lines.
Oh, cringy pickup lines. It's like, hey, babe, what's your sign? Huh? What's your sign?
Yeah. You know what? Actually, I have a couple for you, Mike. You want me to recite some for you?
You sure can.
Okay. So some of the 10 most cringeworthy pickup lines. 1, I got my library card, so now I'm checking you out.
Oh my God.
I know, so corny.
Wah, wah, wah. I need the penguin to let me go. Wah, 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 wah.
God, are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
What? Oh
yeah.
My God, Tennessee. Oh
yeah,
man.
and one last one. There's something wrong with my phone. It doesn't have your number on it.
Oh, jeez.
I know. I promise. This is the last one. Do you like raisins? Well, how do you feel about a date? Pickup line. I think we're gonna actually.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, what happened to the pickup line of just say hi, what's up, how's it going, and everything like that? Why can't people just do that? I mean, 2 little letters. It's like, what's wrong with that? So.
Yeah. And you know what? I did that with my girlfriend, who I've been lucky to been with for the past few months. So yeah, sometimes simplicity is all the thing you need. So
right. And of course, some of the more effective ones I did before I met my wife, and one of the girls I became really good friends with, dated for a little bit, and we're just walking out of class, and I just said, "Boy, it's gonna be a bunch of crap." And she said, "Yeah, you're right," and everything just broke from there. Or it's like you just have me walking to somebody and just say, "Oh, what are you going to think? Oh, this is interesting." It's like, what do we expect? Yeah. It's like, I mean, you share a common ground and try to find something out of it. So I think that's the most important thing that we should have with common ground. And of course, have common ground with anything in the background, your background, dogs and everything. So I think that's something to look forward to, and forget the pickup lines, and just keep it simple, keep it real.
Absolutely. I mean, my first date with my girlfriend, Tony, I have a dog. She has one of 4 dogs. Actually, in total, Mike, she has 10 pets in her house. 10 pets.
Oh, my gosh. And how many reptiles?
No reptiles, surprisingly. She has 4 dogs and 6 cats. And what's funny was that she didn't want to freak me out on the first date. So she made it seem like she only had 1 dog. We took both our dogs for a walk for our first date, and I thought that was the 1 dog that she had. But as it turned out, when we were talking on our first date, she was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I have 3 more dogs and 6 more cats."
and how are they getting along? That's the big question.
Oh, they're fine. I mean, what's great about where my girlfriend Tony lives, she has a spacious multi-bedroom home with her best friend Brittany. So the dogs and cats, they have their own space. Actually, I remember taking a shower in one of their bathrooms, and there's actually a cat that lives in that bathroom that I took a shower in. So,
my gosh.
Hey, look, whatever makes the animals comfortable, they can spread out. As long as they don't bite me, I'm fine with having a shower friend.
I guess Animal House takes on a different meaning as well, too. Not the John Belushi version, but Animal House taking on a whole new meaning. I guess say that.
Yep. You're all right. You're all right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. What's that?
No. So do you only have the one dog, Molly?
We have one dog, and at one point we had one dog. We had 4 or 5 cats. We had to get rid of them all because my wife had serious allergies, and she had to go to the hospital, and having a heart problem, and we had to get rid of the cats. And one of them was really good too. And the cat that jumped in front of me, Taylor, a gold tabby, he was the one that acted like a dog. You call its name, you tell them to come. Yeah, they'll come. Very, very smart. I got to say that. I like looking for cats that emulate dogs. You tell them to come, they come. That's what I like. If I call out a cat and say, here, come here, and they come, you're coming with me. So that's the best part.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, pets are just great companions. Where would we be without them?
Oh, they certainly are too. And of course, next time I have you on, bring some more pets on. We'll bring more pets and everything. And, just have like, be like party animals. You could say that too. So.
Absolutely. Hey, I mean, Mike, I can't tell you how great it is to be on the show and to be able to, not only talk about my career, but talk about this anything show that I've been so passionate about. So thank you. And of course, I hope to, have you on my show soon.
And certainly will too. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
About life or about getting into radio?
It can be either or it can be both. So if you only have, you have Buddy answer that question, that's fine too. So maybe you can put the mic and say, hey, what's the best advice you can give to anybody? Room.
I would say, well, Buddy's working on this, but I would say find something that makes you happy and do what you can to remind yourself that every single day. I mean, it could be anything from, your career to creating a garden outside your home. Find something that makes you happy, that makes you fulfilled, that gives you purpose every single day, and be consistent with it, because we all deserve to be as happy as possible. Obviously, we're going to have our good days. We're going to have our bad days. But as humans, it is so important that we always find some source of happiness each and every day. So as long as you find something that really builds up, happiness, then I think we'll be all right.
That is very fantastic advice. Once again, the host of Anything Goes, Jon Francois, and the Mike Wagner Show, and of course the host of a very popular Magic 97.7 FM in the Northeast New England blowtorch of Vermont and New Hampshire. Very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? And where can people check out your podcast and your radio station?
Absolutely. Well, the Anything Show with Jon Francois, we are, the best way to reach us, if you're not able to listen to us on a local radio station, is Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google, Radio Public, wherever you get your fine podcasts. Like I said, me and my co-host Mary, we run through everything. Trending headlines such as cheesy pickup lines, Hollywood gossip like the Grammy nominations, viral videos like the shattered TV screen prank. Tackle right here on the Anything Show. So join us. Our next episode coming up should be published by this coming Sunday. I know we're taping this on this December 1st. So December 6th is when you should see the next episode. We're on social media, facebook.com/theanythingshow. And you can find us on Instagram at anythingshowfrancois. That's anythingshow, FRANCOIS. And again, Mike, thank you so much for having me on the show, and I hope to be back on again soon.
We certainly will. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on 2021 and beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch where, yes, anything goes. And Buddy's welcome on anytime as well.
Yeah. You keep saying the Anything Goes show. That's so funny. It's the Anything Show.
And yes, anything goes.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based upon a real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/miamosinzia.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.